The World Health Organization says depression is the leading cause of disability worldwide. It's not cancer, it's not heart disease, it's depression. That tells you something fundamental about modern life. Most people are not collapsing because they're uniquely broken. They're collapsing because they were never trained to carry pressure. Jesus said in John 16, verse 33, "In this world you will have trouble." That's the baseline. That's the operating environment. Life applies pressure. Loss happens. Discomfort is unavoidable. If you live like those things shouldn't exist, you're going to break when they do show up. Scripture goes a little bit further even in Romans 5, verse 3 through 5. It says, "Suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance produces character, and character produces hope." That is a sequence. You don't skip steps. Suffering is pressure entering the system. Perseverance is staying engaged instead of quitting. Character is what forms when you repeatedly respond well under pressure. Hope is the confidence that comes from knowing that you can endure, that you are not the starting point, right? Hope is the result. Neuroscience says the same thing in just a different language. It says repeated exposure to manageable stress strengthens our nervous system. Our brain adapts to what is trained to handle. This is called stress inclusion. It's how elite performers, it's how military units, it's how resistance leaders are built. When stress is avoided, the brain learns fragility. It does. It becomes fragile. When stress is faced and processed, you know what the brain does? It learns capacity. Chronic avoidance keeps our amygdala overreactive. Our cortisol, it stays at this elevated level, and emotional regulation, it starts to fade. Life starts to feel overwhelming fast. Repeated engagement strengthens the prefrontal cortex. Emotional control improves, reaction time slows down, stability starts to increase. That's perseverance neurologically. And over time, your identity starts to change. You stop seeing yourself as someone who has fallen apart. You start seeing yourself as someone who holds steady even under pressure or heavy loads. That, my friends, is character. And once character is built, hope appears. Not optimism, not wishful thinking, confidence that is rooted in experience. Most people want hope without the process. They want confidence without training. They want peace without discipline. That's not how humans are wired. I have been to the bottom. I have been to the places where I didn't want to be here anymore. And what I learned coming back was super simple. The pain didn't destroy me. Avoiding pain almost did. Once you understand that, you stop asking why life is so hard, and you start asking what you're being trained to carry. Your habits train your brain. Your responses train your nervous system. Your faith trains you how to interpret suffering. You know, in scripture, it says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. It's out of Romans 12, verse 2. Renewal happens through repetition. Okay? Neurons that fire together, wire together. Whatever you repeatedly do is going to become your default. So if you're not satisfied where you're at in life, my friends, it's not a mystery. You're living out exactly what you have trained yourself to know. The good news is training can change, but you have to stop lying to yourself about how growth actually works. Okay? Pressure produces perseverance. Perseverance produces character. Character produces hope. That's the design. And once you accept that, life stops breaking you and it starts building you up. Hope you have an amazing day. Hope you got something out of this. If you did, please subscribe. Check out my channel, www.jjschaller.com. Thanks for being here. Bye.